Hi, this is Laura Chappell. Welcome to Wireshark Functionality and Fundamentals. This is course WSU01 of the Wireshark University course series. Now this course is provided on DVD, and as you go through the course you'll notice that the course is created with voiceover video files, just as you're listening to now. On that course DVD you will find various directories. The first directory you'll notice is a PDF files directory. And in that directory you will find the appendices for the course that you can print out. Some of them are rather long. And you'll also find the course timecode that provides you information on exactly how long each one of the sections of the course is. You'll also find a trace files directory that is broken up into two subdirectories. The first subdirectory is the lab trace files directory, and as you go through the lab exercises in this course, you'll find the lab files in that directory. You'll also find a general trace file directory that will provide you with more practice on interpreting trace files using Wireshark. Finally, you'll find a miscellaneous files directory. And in that directory, you will find additional information that may not be in PDF format, such as some of the RFCs, the requests for comments, and some IANA documentation. In addition, that's where you'll find some of the Wireshark dissectors. The dissectors are basically the decode codes. Those pieces of code are used in Wireshark to interpret packets and interpret the communications. We'll start out this course in section number 1 by going through an introduction to Wireshark. Just some of the information about the background of Wireshark, when it was started, the authors, the license information, etc. In section number 2, Capturing Packets, we'll talk about how to select an active interface and how to capture your packets to a file or temporarily or using something such as a ring buffer. We'll talk about how to open and work with file sets. And I'll talk a little bit about the default capture filters and how to create your brand new capture filters. And in that section we'll also address what happens when we put Wireshark on a very busy network and we want to avoid dropping packets on the network. In section number 3, Global Preferences, we'll talk about how to customize the user interface and set your global capture preferences so that Wireshark performs the way you want it to. In that section we will also talk about the name resolution for Wireshark and the way that you can make Wireshark perform in stealth mode. In addition, we'll talk about changing the way that Wireshark interprets certain protocols on the network. In section number 4, Navigation and Colorization Techniques, we'll talk about how to move around in a large trace file and how to sort your columns and how to find packets based on a specific payload value. I'll also talk about how to customize the packet colors and how to use the default customization of colors and how to add your own colors. In addition, I'll talk about how to mark packets and show packets in separate windows. In section number 5, we'll be working with time. In here, I'll talk a little bit about the default time column values, and then we'll talk specifically about how to look at large gaps in time on the cabling system. We'll also talk a bit in that section about troubleshooting with time and how to use the summary information. In section number 6, Basic Wireshark Statistics, we'll be looking at the basic trace file statistics as well as network connections and endpoints, and we'll go through the evaluation of destinations as well as pulling out a list of IP address information from a trace file. We'll also look at things such as packet lengths and the port type seen in the trace file, and then we'll examine multicast streams and settings. In section number 7, when we get to the advanced Wireshark statistics, we'll be creating basic and advanced I/O graphs. In addition, we'll look at Wireshark's TCP sequence number graphs, the flow graphs, the service response time information, the analysis of BOOTP and DHCP sequences. We'll also look at HTTP statistics and analyze round-trip time graphs. In section number 8, we're going to be working with display filters. And you'll find that as you use Wireshark, that's one of the functions you're going to want to really master in Wireshark. one of my favorite display filters, is built by following the TCP streams. We'll also create filters using conversations and endpoints, and I'll show you the default filter list, and we'll examine the filter syntax. I'll show you how to build and save filters based on packet contents, and how to build and save filters based on the payload bytes. In addition, we'll use expressions to build filters and logical operators such as equal to, greater than, not equal to, less than. We'll finish out section number 8 talking about the 10 most useful filters that you may want to set up on Wireshark. In section number 9, we focus on saving, exporting, and printing in Wireshark. I'll show you how to save your filtered packets, your marked packets, and ranges of packets, and what you can save and how you can export information from conversations and endpoints and flow graphs. In addition, in this section, I will show you how to save and reassemble a TCP data stream. So if you caught someone doing a file transfer over TCP, you've got the traffic, how can you reassemble the actual file that was transferred across the wire? In this section, we'll also talk about exporting packet information and printing packets, and then how to capture and edit screenshots when you're building reports. In section number 10, we'll go through the miscellaneous Wireshark functions that aren't covered in the other sections, such as the Wireshark expert system and the expert composite information. We'll also create firewall ACL, or access control list, rules, and we'll perform protocol forcing, which is where we tell Wireshark to interpret traffic not as it normally would based on the port value, but we know that someone's using a non-standard port for an operation, so we want to force Wireshark to decode the traffic as something else. We'll also talk about merging trace files together and using the zoom, auto scroll, and column resizing function. In section number 11, we're going to get out of the GUI interface and go to command line. In this section, we'll start out with tshark and dumpcap. Those are the two command line tools that we can use for command line capture. We'll also work with capinfos and editcap, which is a tool that will allow you to split a trace file into smaller pieces. Then we'll talk about mergecap, used to merge multiple trace files together, and a command line utility called text2pcap that allows us to take a text file showing packet structure and convert that over into PCAP format. There are 4 appendices that come with this course. Each one of these has a short video introduction, but they also have a PDF file that you can print out. The first one is Appendix A, which is the Wireshark Lab Exercises Appendix. In there, you'll probably want to print out that PDF file, so when you follow along with the lab exercises, you can read along on a piece of paper instead of trying to toggle back and forth between the screen or go forwards and backwards in the video. In the video, I'll just provide you with the lab exercise tasks, and then you'll pause the video, perform the task on your own, and then start the video up again so you can see the answer. In Appendix B, we have the trace file catalog. Now, these are general trace files that are separate from the lab trace files, and these trace files will provide you with more practice using Wireshark. A short video will introduce the trace file catalog and how it's organized, and then the PDF file contains the actual catalog entries. Appendix C, Command Line Tools Reference, will provide you with all of the command line tools syntax that you'll need when you get to section number 11 in the course. Again, there's a short video introduction, but you may want to print out the PDF file to use it as a reference. The course ends with Appendix D, which is a listing of the current offerings of Wireshark University courses. Again, there's a short video introduction, but the course listing is available in PDF format. Of course, you can get additional course information online at www.wiresharku.com. So now would be a good time to print out the PDF files that come with this course, and to perhaps copy over the trace files that are in the trace files directory over to your hard drive.